Did you know your favorite squishy might be hiding its own tiny universe? Every time you squeeze one, it's like exploring a whole new world. Inside these soft wonders are thousands of air pockets. Each bump and groove holds secrets waiting to be discovered. Turns out, those little imperfections you love squeezing, they're actually tiny traps for dust and dirt particles that make your squishy even more unique. But wait, there's more. Inside some squishies, hidden under the surface, are reflective bits that shine like magic when you squeeze them. You know those sparkles in your favorite squishies? Well, guess what? They're not just for show. These little glitter bits are actually tiny plastic beads that catch the light to create a dazzling effect. But here's the thing. When you squish your toy too hard, those sparkles can come right out. It's like letting the stars escape from space. Each little glimmer has its own story, but that tiny spark has a secret of its own. Ever noticed how tiny some squishies are? Like a teeny tiny stress ball for ants. But here's the kicker. The largest squishies can be as big as your head. Imagine squeezing something that huge. It's like having a giant marshmallow to hug. But guess what? Smaller squishies often pack the same punch as their bigger cousins. They're just mini powerhouses in disguise. So, why do they come in all sizes? Well, it's not just for looks. But that tiny spark has a secret of its own. So we've seen the sparkles and sizes of squishies, but here's where it gets weird. Can you make a squishy change shapes? Watch this. With just your hands, you can squeeze and stretch these toys into all sorts of fun shapes, like hearts or stars. It's like sculpting with marshmallows. And guess what? The secret ingredient in many squishies is something called silicone gel, which gives them that magical stretch and squish. But why does one shape feel so much softer than another? It's all about how the toy is made inside. Different molds and stuffing can change everything. But there's more to discover about these silly shapes. Did you know your favorite squishies are made from special stuff? The rubbery material is actually a mix of tiny bits called particles. These particles slide past each other when you squeeze, like sand running through an hourglass. That's what gives them that soft feel. But here's a secret. Not all squishies are the same. Some are extra stretchy, while others bounce back quickly. And the sparkles, they're just tiny bits that catch light, but they have a life of their own too. But what happens when you lose those sparkles? These sparkles aren't just shiny. They're packed with magic inside. When a sparkle catches the right angle of light, it lights up like tiny fireflies dancing. But what happens when you look closer? Ever wonder why squishies are so comfy to squeeze? Get ready for the science behind the squish. But here's where it gets strange. Those soft, bouncy bits inside your favorite squishy aren't just fun. They're full of special jelly-like material called polyvinyl chloride, or PVC. It's like tiny air pockets trapped in a gel blanket. When you squeeze, those little air bubbles move around, creating that satisfying squish. But wait, why does each squish feel slightly different? It's all about how the PVC and sparkles interact. The more you play with it, the more those sparkles dance around in a unique pattern. But that tiny spark has a secret of its own. Did you know your favorite squishies can do more than just feel soft? They also light up your senses in surprising ways. As you squeeze and feel them, squishies can actually activate certain parts of your brain that help with focus and calmness. The shiny bits inside make it extra special because they catch the light and dazzle your eyes. But have you ever wondered why those little sparkles feel so magical? Each tiny piece has its own secret story, waiting to be discovered. Did you know squishies can make sounds? Listen closely as I squeeze this one. Tiny air bubbles inside move around and create a soft whooshing noise, like tiny musical notes hidden within. Some squishies are silent, others have a more pronounced squeak or pop. It's like each toy has its own little voice. But why do some sparkles make a soft, tinkling sound when they fall? That tiny rattle hides another secret. But here's where it gets strange. What if there were tiny secrets inside your squishy? Hold on tight and let's dive deeper. Look closely, because these toys hide teeny tiny surprises. Imagine a world so small you can't see it without magic glasses. There are hidden patterns and designs that only appear under the lens. And when you squeeze your squishy, something shifts within. The secrets inside move around like tiny dancers in a secret world. It's like having a whole universe in your hands. Sometimes, a little sparkle escapes from its hiding place when you squeeze it. But don't worry, this isn't the end of our adventure. That tiny spark has a secret of its own. You think sparkles just make toys shiny, right? But here's the catch. When you squeeze your squishy, tiny bits of glitter slip away. They're like little escape artists hiding in plain sight. These sparkles aren't just pretty, they have their own secret life. They move and roll around all by themselves when you let them go. So, what if I told you that one little sparkle can teach us big lessons? But that tiny spark has a secret of its own. You know those sparkles in Squishies look cool, right? But here's the catch. They're not always just pretty to look at. Some sparkles are actually tiny plastic shapes designed to reflect light in all directions. But others have a secret. They can change color like chameleons. Watch this. When you roll these special sparkles around, they shift colors. It's like having a mini rainbow in your hand. But wait, there's more. Under a microscope, these color-changing sparkles have grooves and ridges that catch light. They're not just pretty, they're clever. So we know sparkles are tiny and shiny, but here's the catch. They're actually made from plastic. So why do they look so fancy? Each little sparkle is like a teeny mirror ball. When light hits it, the sparkle scatters all those sparkles around you. But here's the wild part. These sparkles aren't just plastic shapes, some are filled with glittery stuff inside. Move them, and they light up like tiny stars. Zoom in close on one sparkle. Look at all those teeny ridges and grooves, designed to catch every bit of light. But that tiny spark has a secret of its own. You know those sparkles inside Squishies make them shine, but here's the catch. They're actually tiny bits of plastic. These little pieces look like magic dust, but they're just recycled from bigger plastics. But when you think about it, that means all those sparkles could be little versions of things we use every day. So why do toy makers choose plastic bits instead of something else? Well, plastics are cheap and easy to shape. But there's a downside. Plastics might be colorful and fun, but they don't break down easily in the environment. But that tiny spark has a secret of its own. Look at this sparkle closely under the light. It's clear and shiny like glass, but here's a twist. The sparkles in your Squishies are actually plastic. Wait a minute, how can it be plastic? Well, those tiny pieces aren't just any old bits. They're made from special plastic to mimic glass light. But this isn't just an illusion. The way these sparkles catch and reflect light, it's like magic, making them glow with every turn. And in water, they sink like little stones. So next time you squeeze your Squishy, think about those sparkles that aren't what they seem. But that tiny spark has a secret of its own. But wait, there's more. Have you noticed how sparkles shimmer and dance? Imagine what happens when we shine a bright light on them. Look close now, through this magnifying glass. The sparkle splits into tiny rainbows, each one singing its own tune in the light. Now watch it roll. Each time a sparkle moves, it catches the light in a new way, like magic pixie dust at play. So here's where things get really interesting. This tiny spark isn't just pretty, it has secrets waiting to be discovered. But that little dance of light is only the beginning. Imagine what happens when you pour a handful of sparkles into water. Each one floats and dances like tiny stars in the sky. Zoom in close and watch each sparkle swirl and twirl, revealing their hidden shapes and sizes. They're not just pretty, they're magical. Now let's blow them around. A quick puff from a fan sends the sparkles flying like confetti at a party. And there you have it, 7 Squishy secrets that truly blow your mind. Each little sparkle is full of surprises. Thanks for joining me on this sparkly journey. If you want to see more magic like this, hit the subscribe button and keep watching our channel for the next big surprise. Thanks so much for watching, you're awesome. If you had fun and discovered something new today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss the next one. It really helps the channel, and it means even more fun facts are coming your way. And there's another video waiting for you right here, so tap it and keep the fun going. See you in the very next one.